G'day, I am back and I've got another one for you. Um, this one is going to be quite a cool one. I really enjoy how this one turns out, and well, it has to be one of my favourite shapes, which is the feathers. I think they're some of the best representation of what brings out the luster and shine and beauty of jade. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. On that note, also, while I was doing the last one, the whale, I had the thought that it would be pretty cool to talk about how the genesis or the Maori legends of Pounamu or Greenstone or New Zealand Jade has come about, at least their myths and legends on how it forms. So I decided to go with that route, and we'll hope you enjoy this. So I'll start off with, well, I'm going to do two of them. So I'll start off with the one I heard from a Maori carver that I did some work with in part of a group work. And his story is more or less the same, but it's slightly not as dark and a little more funnier. So the way it starts off is that Potini is this god of kind of pretty much beauty, but essentially he's the god of greenstone. And so what he is, he's actually a giant fish with these magical, amazing, beautiful scales. Absolute beauty. One of the most amazing things you could ever see. And he swims up and down New Zealand, going from place to place, seeing village to village. But because of this absolute beauty and this true magnanimous beauty and shine and this green luster that comes from these scales, he can't get away from women. They chase him everywhere, no matter what he does. They all want pretty much a piece of him. So as he goes along, he enjoys it at first, and he really goes with it and has fun and goes from place to place, seeing all these women and really enjoying the attention that he gets from it. But over time, it starts to build up, become too much. So he decides to get away from it all. So he goes and hides in the mountains. Only lasts for a little bit. Eventually, women find him again. So he's like, shit, I gotta go somewhere else now. So then he goes off to this island off the coast, and he hides there for a little while. And enjoys himself. Swims around, has some fun, eats nice fish, raw, cooked, all sorts. And as this goes along, he eventually gets found by some more people. And this leads to more women finding him. So eventually, he gets so fed up, he just starts going all over the place, trying to find a new place to hide, somewhere where he'd never get disrupted or harassed again. And as he's doing this, he comes across this old Maori witch. I don't know the actual Maori word for witch, so I can't tell you exactly. Not off the top of my head. If I think of it, I might put an insert in the video. So he finds this witch, and he starts talking to her. He's like, I just can't get away from them. They just harass me no matter what I do, where I go. I just can't get away from it. I enjoyed it at first, but now it's just too much. And the witch is like, I see. I do have a fix for this. He's like, really? You can fix it? He's like, yes, but it shall cost you. He's like, anything. Anything for it. I just need to get away from this. I need some time. And so he takes her up on his offer. She hands him this cloak, and she tells him to go off, find somewhere secluded, very secluded, probably somewhere down south. Down in the South Island, there's lots of big, huge glaciers and caverns and places, good places to hide. So he's like, I shall do that. So he swims off with his cloak. On his way down, finds a place up a river, way in the back, way up in the mountains of the South Island. And he wraps his cloak around him. And he becomes so enamored with the peace and the quiet, he eventually just falls asleep. But he falls asleep for so long that he turns to stone. And that was the cost. And that is how this man's story of how Pounamu or Greenstone came to form. Because the way this links in is that when you find Pounamu or Greenstone, majority of the time, it is this really beautiful, super amazing dark, sometimes light green on the inside of it. But almost always on the outside, there is a rind, this kind of pale, usually either yellowy brown, sometimes sort of whitish, sometimes bluish, sometimes even darker. It tends to be more of a yellow brown color. And so this is what that cloak represents. It's the cloak that hides the beauty underneath. So that was this guy's story. I thought it was kind of a funny one, kind of cool way to go about it, because he just couldn't get away from it all. The next one is the one from the Ngaitahu tribe, which is the main, progenitors or protectors or overlookers, the ones that protect the river and the greenstone, is this tribe, Ngaitahu. So the one they've got on their site and the way they talk about it is that Potini, still more or less a god, stole this absolute beautiful woman he found up in the North Island. He'd been swimming around. Yeah, it's the same thing. He swims up and down from coast to coast, all around the island, just observing and protecting the people and the land. As he's doing this, he comes across this absolute beauty of a woman bathing in the Bay of Islands, which is this amazing spot up in the north. If you're ever in New Zealand, you should definitely see it. If you do live in New Zealand, go check it out. So yeah, he sees this beauty of a woman, and he's just become so enamored, so struck, so bewitched by this beauty that he just can't help himself. He decides to steal her. He grabs her and swims off. Thing is, he did also find out that she has a husband, and this husband's quite a well-known man, very powerful, runs a tribe, and he's got a strong attachment, of course, because she's his wife, and so he does everything he can to find her. So it pretty much becomes this big game of cat and mouse with this tribal leader chasing Potini around with his woman. And as he does this, just goes from place to place, mountains to islands, islands to rivers, rivers to ocean, back to land, and up and down all over the place. Just trying to find her, trying to find this thief that stole his wife. So as he does this, Potini, desperate to try and find a place where he can get away from him, eventually swims down to the South Island. So pretty similar to the first one. And while he's there, he's thinking he's kind of safe. But over time he realizes that this tribe is after him, and they've pinpointed where he's hiding. At this point, he just doesn't, he's got nowhere else to go. So he finds a spot on the coast, the west coast, eventually pretty close to Milford Sound, somewhere around there, and he goes up this river and hides up the top of it in the depths of the mountains. He's thinking he's safe once again, but once again the tribesmen find him, or pinpoint him, and are closing in on him. And in his desperation, in his lust for this woman, and this enthrallment to her and her beauty, he decides the only way he can do it is to turn it to stone, or more closely or accurately, the essence of stone. And so he does. Turns her to stone, hides her in these mountains, in this river, so he can then slither off down the river past all the tribesmen. And as he does this, the tribesmen find the woman, and the chief lets out this massive cry, because he's just lost and totally destroyed at the fact that the woman he truly loved and would have done anything for was turned to stone. And stricken with this grief, he let out a tremendous tangi, a song of grief. And it is said to this day, in these hills, in these rivers, if you listen carefully, you can still hear the echoes. So this is the more widely accepted myth of how greenstone came to form. And it's a little darker, but it's still pretty cool, pretty interesting. And they all centre around the same area, of course, because that's where you can only find greenstone in one area of New Zealand. It's in the South Island, generally around the top end of it. But you can find bits all over, but most of it seems to be near that area. Oh, actually, not true. There's a place called Hokitika, which is most of it's out, and that's more towards the middle. So yeah, it's all over the south pretty much. I was wrong with that first comment. Yeah, so I thought you'd enjoy this with this for a change. Add some more depth to the stone and what I do with them. So yeah, I thought this would be a cool way to pay some homage and reverence and respect to the myths and legends around this absolute beauty of a stone and the some original people that worked with it and found it, and it's a huge part of their culture. So, and since I work with it, I just thought it'd be cool to put that out there and let anyone know that'll be interested as to, yeah, the myths and legends around it. I've always loved myths and legends and what they can show and bring forth in terms of the way things are and what people used to do and how they view things. So from here on, I'll, as my usual, I'll leave a bunch of music with the rest of the video, and I hope you enjoy. Catch you around.
Oh,